So the final of 7 races is upon us. It's the new price boosts at Unibet. No, that was the previous race. This is a classified. The RacingTV.com classified stakes are 0 to 50 in grade, over a furlong shorter than our previous race, which means they're starting very close to the bend, right in front of the stands. This is, of course, in distance Bella Colorosa knows very well, was in winning form just over a year ago, in probably one of the weakest classifieds I think I've seen, to be honest. The favourite, for context, was on a 33-race losing streak. Bella Colorosa was a big price that day, and duly obliged for John Best and Karen Jewell, and has been winless since. And she does go well here, though, but she does need to find a little more than she's been showing recently. She's only turning out 2 days after being well enough held over 1 mile and 4 in this company. Her best might get her a place in here, but I just feel that she's probably going to need to find more. Interestingly, the jockey for Sendrillen, David Probert, looks like he's heading down the chute to get the leg up on that mare. And to be honest, she was very much on her toes when I last saw her, when she was placed in classified company not too long ago. And it probably makes sense that she's going to get mounted down by the track. The bell has gone. Let's see who else we can get. Number 4. We can grab her in here. This is Sendrillen, just on the far side, just going past the 4 spot. And she turned out, it was a weak race in this grade 2 weeks ago, but she did run well. She went down by 3/4 of a length to Tinchu, maybe losing the race where she was a little bit keen early on. Now, she does have the scope for better, which you can't say for many in here, and I think if she can settle down early and save more for the finish, I'd say she'd have a big chance in this field. The standard set by Princess Neve is not an insurmountable one by any stretch of the imagination. Right in front of us is number 7. That's another one prominent in the market. That's Meisterzinger. Rab Havlin up for Mark Usher. Now, the stable form is low-key, to put it lightly, but Mark will have high hopes for this runner. Starting to show a little bit more in this grade. And when we last saw him, he was 4th, beaten 4 lengths in this grade over 10 furlongs at Chelmsford. He's back after 117 days off. He's won a race before, which is more than a fair few of these can boast. And predictably, when he won, it was a huge surprise at Chelmsford back in September 2021, scoring at 33 to 1. Been well enough found in the market to suggest a race like this could be within his grasp. Number 1 is heading down the walkway. That is the favourite, the 4-year-old filly, Princess Neve. Kevin Stott up for George Bowie. She left her novice form over 7 furlongs well behind with a decent win on classified debut last Saturday. She turns out quickly, as does the second in that race, Faithless Insomnia, looking to give Ross Orion another winner on the card, a third, Faithless Insomnia. Now, with this filly, will the extra furlong suit? That's the question. Now, it should be within reach, you would say. The way she got up close to home suggests it's worth a go at least. She's got a £5 penalty due to the conditions of this race, but there should be more to come. And it's not hard to see why she would be the market choice with recent winning form into the equation. So the last runner will just be heading out now, and we can catch up with them as they head down to the post for our final one, the 1 mile and 3 RacingTV.com classified, which closes the card.
Probert getting on board, 5 to 1. This horse is daughter of Bobby's Kitten. Princess Neve 7 to 4, 4 to 1 for Meisterzinger. Bella Colorosa 13 to 2, 7 to 1 for Faithless Insomnia. Chelsea Annie is 9 to 1, 16s for Big Jimbo. Jacotto 66s along with Photobomb, and Dark Icon is 100 to 1. So the 10 runners line up here. Obviously Princess Neve is the one that, you know, Step Up and Trip has clearly been the making of her, but we just know George Bowie at the moment especially, he's getting his horses well handicapped and producing them at their optimum distances, whichever it is, and he's just brilliant. We were just saying off air, placing these horses, and potentially this is another nice opportunity to back up that impressive victory last time.
Well, it's certainly a nice opportunity. Yeah, he's a very good place for his horse, besides anything else, which is an art in itself. If all she is exactly what she did the other day, she's no certainty to confirm the form with Faithless Insomnia, who's got a £5 ball for a bit. I thought she did really well to win. I thought she won decisively in the end. having been produced late. She gives the impression there's more to come, particularly over this longer trip. And it was such a big step forward on what she'd done before. She was raising 45 going into that race, 52 coming out of it, and you got the feeling there was more to come. Tonight will tell you if that's true, but this looks a really good opportunity for her to back up that last win over a trip that should suit.
Yeah, daughter of Australia. She was on race with Roger Varian, then changed hands, and now with the George Bowie team, who found the key to her. Senvilon, as we touched upon, just getting a little bit worked up as she left the paddock. She was second at Kempton not too long ago, where she ran a good race under Hayley Turner. She'd been running off much shorter trips prior to that, at big prices as well, and then went off, I thought, quite eye-catchingly at a shorter price, 4-1. So they clearly knew that they had a horse again who would benefit from the step up.
And it very much suited, and she was runner-up the day. That off she was on a handicap of a mark of 49. This is there's only 3 horses rated in the 50s here. They're low 50s, so she's clearly got a chance at the weights. The trip appears to suit her. She's got the beating of Chelsea Annie on that form, you'd imagine, as well.
Yes, a 5-year-old. She only began life as a 4-year-old back in September of last year, so she's taken a bit of time to get to the track. What else outside of this? Faithless Insomnia intrigues me. Obviously, has got to reverse the form with Princess Neve, and actually at the weights is favoured with cheap pieces on for the first time. Yeah,
that was an improved performance last time out. I wasn't sure he'd be as well suited by the extra furlong as Princess Neve, but if he is, a £5 pull for a narrow margin would certainly give him a chance if the cheap pieces work. Meisterzinger second, I can see that. He's only 1 from 17, which is not a great strike rate, but he's one of only 3 here with a mark in the 50s, and he's been running consistently to that sort of mark in the autumn, so I can certainly see the case for him from stall 4.
Yes, and I think was getting supported. Princess Neve, we'll just check on it. 15-8. Bella Colorosa only ran the other day. I was there at Kempton when I saw her run an all-rightish race behind Donald Llewellyn, the horse that we were saying came off that 700-day layoff. I thought she stayed on okay. I wouldn't say that it was much to write home about, but they clearly think that she's come out of it well. And that run was coming off a bit of a break, so perhaps she just needed it.
Yeah. All those things I agree. I must say, probably me, I didn't watch that race thinking, oh, she's really interesting next time out.
Yeah.
But, she ran okay. And as you say, you've got the excuse of that first run back, and this is probably a less good race, so fair enough. She wasn't obvious to me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, when I saw her name down there, I was thinking, gosh, well, obviously I was there on Tuesday, and I was thinking, did it really catch my eye? But it was a funny race, that. It wasn't a hugely competitive event. Donald Llewellyn won very convincingly in the end, and possibly could be rated a little bit better than that. But look, let's be honest, we're dealing with quite, low grade horses.
It's a really poor quality race.
Something could shock us here a little bit. Potentially.
I mean, and the poorer the company, the less consistent animals can be. Now, we don't know that yet about Princess Neve. Can she build on what was a big improvement last time out? If she can't, then I think we are talking about a wide open race with plenty of horses who don't win very often. Yeah,
what's interesting is that she's entered up on Saturday, as well as Sunday and next Tuesday. Princess Neve.
Is she? Yeah, yes. There you go.
So I don't know if she's got I doubt she was declared for that race on Saturday, but she's definitely got some other options if things go well here for her to back up with potentially a penalty. So Princess Neve coming out of stall 1. Kevin Stott on board again. Look, this combination speaks for itself. Yes, he had a ride in the last on Glorious Soft, but you feel like he's come here for this opportunity.
Yeah, he's had a really good winter, hasn't he? He's really put himself about and ridden winners everywhere. And yes, this is I'm sure when he was coming here tonight, this is the main reason. And he's ridden plenty of winners with George Bowie before.
Yes, and you can see she's taken her slot into stall 1. Ross Ryan looking for a treble tonight, coming out of stall 7. On Faithless Insomnia, Jack Mitchell looking to also get a double and bookend the card. Still think that will end the night, thinking French Invasion's the best horse that we saw?
Yeah, in terms of ratings, obviously Anaf will be the best, but in terms of coming away what might ultimately be the best, I would go for French Invasion. I still thought that was exciting.
OK, well, they're all in. The flag is up and raised. Let's go up to commentary.
Racing away for the last then over the extended 1.25 mile race distance for the racingtv.com classified stakes race, And Cendrillon comes forward early, together with Bella Colorosa, Meisterzinger, and towards the outside, Dark Icon. They're the 4 leaders, with Faithless Insomnia next to Princess Neve. Of course, they weren't very far apart when they met last time out. Big Jimbo and Chelsea Annie are right in behind these leaders, with Go Cotta sitting to the back end of the field, keeping company with Photo Bomb, who is on the rail. Just a steady early tempo. The lead in a tightly grouped field is held by Cendrillon and David Probert, with Dark Icon sent up on the outside. A bit closer now for Faithless Insomnia, who's gone forward into a clear 3rd place ahead of Meisterzinger and Bella Colorosa. They're then followed further back by the likes of Chelsea Annie, who is racing alongside or just ahead of Princess Neve, and Big Jimbo right there as well. And the back markers are still Go Cotta, who sits in that maroon jacket under Kieran O'Neill, just about last of all, with Photo Bomb still for company. The leader is Faithless Insomnia now, has worked his way to the front. Faithless Insomnia comes forward with Dark Icon second. So that all means that Cendrillon, the earlier leader, is now back in 3rd place as they begin the turn to the final half mile. Meisterzinger is in behind those. On the wide outside, Big Jimbo, just ahead of Chelsea Annie, and then Bella Colorosa on the rail. Still the tempo not strong. Go Cotta at the back. Princess Neve will have to come from 2nd last position. Photo Bombs in behind as they now turn for home. 2.5 furlongs left to go. Faithless Insomnia with Meisterzinger now satellite on the outside with the orange cap, and Meisterzinger goes past Faithless Insomnia. Few of them hanging in behind. Bella Colorosa on the outside, that's Big Jimbo. Far side, Princess Neve is trying to make inroads. Meisterzinger went for home. Bella Colorosa, though, is on the case and equal to the task, although Meisterzinger fights back gamely. Big Jimbo's in behind them in 3rd, Princess Neve in 4th place. Great finish to the last here. Meisterzinger sticking his neck out to go and win it. Bella Colorosa in 2nd place. Down the outside, that was Big Jimbo, and in behind those in 4th was Princess Neve.
Meisterzinger takes the last. A nice performance as well. Looked like he was working back to some kind of form when we last saw him, and off a layoff he has scored in the last in this classified grade. 4-1 winner under Rab Havlin, and a nice winner for Mark Usher. It was a messy race, not for the first time, to be honest, this evening. It happened a little bit earlier in one of our previous races, and it was not a strong gallop by and large set. It looked like plenty were just sitting and biding their time and looking to wait. And Meisterzinger, who towers over the majority of his rivals, was in the perfect position to strike, and Bella Colorosa's had to do it the hard way, just in behind. It looked like the mare was just starting to build up a head of steam. She had the previous course and distance form, having taken a similar race here back in January, but ultimately she wasn't quite able to wrestle the lead from Meisterzinger, who did suggest that he was coming back round to some kind of form that would suggest he would have a winning chance in this. Big Jimbo's run a fine race in defeat as well. Princess Neve, she just needed to hurry up just down the backside, and never really looked like she was in contention to strike. But winner for Rab Havlin, Jess, and a welcome winner for Mark Usher. Meisterzinger takes the last.